Hello, I'm Mr. Polk and welcome to my kitchen. Today we want to take a look at Eggs Benedict, but in order to do Eggs Benedict we have to make a Hollandaise sauce. And Hollandaise is the last of the 5 mother sauces that we'll learn about. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with egg yolk, and I have them in a medium metal bowl. It needs to be a metal bowl. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, that's freshly squeezed. And I'm going to whisk it together, and that's going to help stabilize it. And then what we need to do is we need to whisk the egg yolks over top of the water bath. And what we have here is we have the water starting to simmer. Okay, so we're gonna put the bowl over top, and you don't want this really boiling. You just want a very light simmer. In fact, I can even turn it down just a touch. And what you want to do is just start to whisk. And as you whisk, you are going to gently heat up the egg yolks. You don't want to heat them up too much. If you heat them up too much, or if your water is boiling, you're going to scramble your eggs and your sauce will break. So you don't want to scramble your eggs. So you just want to keep doing this until it gets nice and thick. So after you keep whisking it very carefully, it's going to get nice and thick like this. And once it gets thick, you want to take it off the heat. And then you want to start to drizzle in your butter. Now this is warmed clarified butter, about 6 ounces, and that was 3 egg yolks. And it's just kind of like when you made your vinaigrettes or things like that. We're making an emulsion. So you want to whisk and you want to pour in some of the clarified butter, and then you want to keep whisking. And what you want to do is you want to keep whisking until it takes all of the butter and starts to build an emulsion. You don't want to put in any more butter than you can whisk in. Otherwise, it's not going to create that nice emulsion and your sauce will break. So you're going to keep on doing this until you get all of the butter in. So as you keep whisking and putting in the clarified butter, about a teaspoon or so at a time at first, you'll start to notice the Hollandaise sauce starting to come together. And if it starts to feel like it's cooling off a little bit, you can put it over top of the water bath very carefully. You just, again, don't want to overheat it because you don't want to cook the eggs. So you're just going to keep doing that, about a teaspoon or so at a time. The more it develops like this, you'll be able to add more and more clarified butter until it's all added. So you just keep adding it. So as you keep whisking and adding the clarified butter a little bit at a time, you're going to develop a really nice, smooth, silky sauce that has a real nice shine to it. And that's what your hollandaise should look like. You want it to look beautiful like this. You don't want, if it looks grainy or gritty or separated, your sauce broke. And the best thing I can tell you, if your sauce breaks, and it happens, just throw it away and start again. Grab 3 more eggs, grab some more butter. That's the best thing. There's really no way to truly fix it and keep it nice. The next step is then to add the rest of the lemon juice. So the first lemon juice was there to set the egg. This is there to add some flavor. And then you want to season it with just a little pinch of salt, a little salt in there. And then traditionally it has just a little bit of cayenne, not to make it hot, just to give it a little flavor. And you could also add other things. Some people add some Worcestershire sauce or things like that. But this is just your basic hollandaise. It's going to work really well for us. And then what you need to do is just adjust how thick it is. I mean, that's a really nice consistency there that we'll be able to pour over top of the eggs and look really good. If you feel like it thickens a little bit, you can add a touch of water, and I can show you that. I can add just a touch to this. So I just put a little bit of water in there. You can then whisk it through and make your sauce really nice. Now, storing the sauce, you want to keep it warm, all right, because we got to serve it. But you can't put it back over. You can put it on the water bath for a little bit, but you got to keep moving it, otherwise you will cook it. So what I like to do is I like to take a mug or a thermos. I add hot water in there. I dump the hot water out so the mug is warmed, and then I'm just going to put my hollandaise right into the mug. And now this is kind of like a thermos. If you have like a little thermos, or if you have like a little soup container or something like that, that's great. And I'm just going to put a little saran wrap on it, and that'll keep this warm while I go ahead and make the rest of my Eggs Benedict. So there you go. It takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. but it is kind of a labor of love. But you can develop a really nice hollandaise. It just takes a little bit of practice. So thanks for cooking with me today, and I can't wait to cook with you real soon right here in Mr. Polk's kitchen.